Good morning, my friends, colleagues, juniors, and seniors. How's everyone today? I'm back again, as usual, and I'm going to give a lecture on a topic which seems to me quite significant. The name of the topic or the name of the episode is Knowledge, Knowledge Management, and Human Resource Management, or Strategic Human Resource Management. I repeat the topic of today's discussion: knowledge, knowledge management, and strategic human resource management. I believe superior performance must be associated time needs to be looked after. Knowledge is an asset and a resource and extremely significant from my perspective. Let's start. My friends, how is everyone today? Have a nice time and day. And as an occupation, we derive our inner strength from knowledge that comes to us by experience, study, reading. Engage is a bondage that needs to be strengthened. Our bondage between SHRM and knowledge. But how can I proceed without a clear understanding of what knowledge is? The meaning of knowledge at times can be very confusing. But let me give a start and let's see how far and where the discussion goes. Good morning, everyone. Once again, let's start. Epistemology is the actual name of this specific branch of knowledge. The real name is epistemology. That's the name of this specific branch of knowledge. It has been active for thousands of years. It's not something new. But the interesting part is what seems to be knowledge may not be knowledge. In other words, what I know something to be knowledge may not be knowledge. Very interesting. Knowledge, what is knowledge? Knowledge is a fact. I must have access to the knowledge, which means I need to know. If I do not know something, how can that be? I need to believe in what I think is knowledge. So it must be a fact. I must have access to the fact. Knowledge requires a subject matter. I must know the subject. I must know. And at the same time, I must believe that it is knowledge. These are the conditions of knowledge. It must, I repeat, it must be a fact. It must belong to someone. It must be attached to a subject. The knower must know. And I must believe in what I refer to as knowledge. Two classic sentences. I know this is a Parker pen. Sorry. Oh, here. I know this is a Parker pen. I think this is a Parker pen. There's a difference between I know and I think. In order to qualify as knowledge, I think is not really knowledge. I think this is a Parker pen. That's not knowledge. Knowledge means I know it is a Parker pen. The logo is distinct. This is a logo. It's a brand name Parker, and this is the logo. And I know because I use Parker. I know the logo. That's why I can confidently say, yes, it is a Parker pen. It's a Parker fountain pen which I use. I will not say I think it is a Parker pen. No. In order to qualify as knowledge, I think is not really knowledge, at least from the theoretical perspective. We can only know something which is true, or the truth which comprises of certainty, reliability, and confidence. Knowledge is not really linked to emotion. Knowledge is linked to fact, which is the reality, which is the truth. Knowledge is not always true. Knowledge is always true, but different things could be also true for different people. What can I say? Knowledge is true, but different things could be true for different people. But as far as I'm concerned, take for example, I'm feeling warm. My colleague here is feeling cold. Both are true. I'm stuck in between. Both, none of these statements is wrong. It's true that I'm feeling warm, my colleague is feeling hot. This is related to the room temperature. So, different things could be true for different people. But as far as I'm concerned, I will take the stand, and that is what is true must be true for all. Full stop. I have to start from somewhere. What is true for all. That's where I'll start from. I'm no philosopher, not a great scholar. So I'll take a very layman's point of view. The classic definition of knowledge is justified through belief. Full stop. Knowledge is justified through belief. Full stop. That's where I come from. I know this is my laptop. If only it is mine. I believe this laptop belongs to me. I am justified in believing that this laptop belongs to me. I have the paper to prove that it belongs to me. I've got the documents. So I know this laptop belongs to me. If only it is mine. I believe this laptop belongs to me. And I am justified in believing that this laptop, I can prove that this laptop belongs to me. This knowledge is as far as the laptop goes. Shall I take the discussion any further? Let's go as far as we can go. Let's see what happens. S knows that P, if and only if P is true, S believes that P, S is justified in believing that P. But there are critics and scholars who will say justification does not ensure truth. A very serious criticism, which means justification does not always ensure knowledge. I might believe in falsehood. I must justify the falsehood. And I'm wrong. So, in that case, knowledge is not always justified to believe. That's the critics will say that no, justification can also lead to the truth based on falsehood. But as far as I'm concerned, knowledge is justified through belief. Knowledge can be also experience based. Knowledge through testimony is also of great significance. As far as I'm concerned, I have to rely on others. We have to use others' sources sources. Testimony provides knowledge, no doubt. Knowledge must have practical interest and usage. If it's to be knowledge, it must have practical, there must be a practical usage that I care for, and at the same time use it. According to Webster's dictionary, knowledge is the fact or condition of knowing something with familiarity gained through experience or association. As far as I'm concerned, something to become knowledge takes time. All knowledge originates from data, information, and then it becomes knowledge. Knowledge is the final stage and goes through a process which starts from data, transforms into information, and then comes knowledge, which is the apex. Knowledge, as far as the enterprise is concerned, is knowledge, which is in the head, and explicit knowledge, which is written down, codified, and structured for all to know.